it does not have to be said. With typical African culture comes typical African beliefs, traditions, rites, cultures, customs, nebigenderako. So we want to discuss what beliefs and myths and, all these kind of stereotypes or fears that come with multiple births, with twins actually. I think in most of our cultures it was mostly about twins, but it was generally centered about multiple births.
Wow. So I come from Ankole, and I think that they were embraced as a blessing.
Always,
yes. So they were never seen as, who are these, out of the norm creatures.
Okay.
And I think part of that was they had a ceremony to sort of welcome them. So they called the community and said, so we have twins in this homestead. And so people came together, and there was a ceremony performed where they drank juice from a plant called Itamba. No, let me not mislead.
The plant,
yes. They drank juice from a plant. And the thing is, if you didn't drink that juice and you touched the twin, you'd apparently get burnt. So your skin would sort of lose pigmentation.
Oh.
Yeah. So you become... Yeah. So there was that fear of, make sure you cleanse yourself with this juice and then touch the twins. Otherwise, if you touch them without drinking, then you end up getting...
Is that a thing? Has that happened? Does anyone have a story?
In Buganda, oh my God, it's on a whole level. It's on a whole different level. I've not had a chance to go to that twin ceremony. When it comes to twins, it's away from Chidongo dancing. This is a platform where people are allowed to go vulgar.
Yeah.
Because I once heard from a Nalongo saying, I will not say those vulgar words, but they are really vulgar.
Stella Nyanzi.
Come on! Oh my God, yes! I remember her saying, Nalongo. Oh my God, yes!
Makes sense now.
It makes sense. So if you are Nalongo in Buganda, you're on another level. You're not like this. About us who marry into the Buganda culture, if we get twins, are we allowed to be vulgar? Yes. I think they'll also be allowed to.
At the end of the day, you get the title of Nalo.
Yes,
because in my case, I come from a mixed tribe family arrangement. My dad is Mganda Mtoro. My mom is Tanzanian Rwandese. So when they had their babies, my mom had 2 sets of twins. The first passed away and the boys are still alive. But she decided that she would not do any of those the culture norms or everything. So immediately the kids were born. Okay. When we are 1 week, we get baptized. Yeah. So of course everybody complained about it because we've got lots of multiples in our family. And they're like, you can see when you marry women from God knows what country, this is what happens. Wow. And at 3 months they fall sick. I think they got measles or something like that, which was really crazy at that time. And everybody was like, Nalongo, you need to go and do these ceremonies. And she's like, I put my children in front of God. If that doesn't work, then that is it. And
I think lately many people have drifted away from the traditional beliefs. They prefer to take them to church or
mostly religion.
Mostly because of religion.
That's true. And I remember even same as Buganda, it's a really celebrated thing. Even now, twins were looked at as like gods. Some sort of demigod. And it was like so much. If you wanted like blessings for your children, you'd go and tap Nalongo or Annnnd. Talk to your children
to
for
lay
me.
Hands on
to lay hands and and the reverse was true. Like they could also inflict damage or pain or whatever. So you weren't allowed. You couldn't treat them badly. Because once you were doomed by the twins, you were doomed.
And hence the vitiligo thing.
So they talk about the vitiligo. But I've read of the Luyas, the Samyas, for them from time immemorial, it was a curse. To have, and they would take the children
and
away.
They would kill them.
They would kill them, They would either take them away to a far place or kill them. So what they thought, and which it comes back to the Buganda, so they treated it different. It was believed that they had so much power that they would inflict pain. So for them, they looked at it more on the glass half empty side,
as opposed to the glass half full.
opposed to the glass half full. That these children had so much power, and yet elders and parents are supposed to be the alpha and omega. But now you have these little things, so they would either kill the younger one, and they would only recognize the elder one as a baby, or they would take the children away until they grew up.
Or if it was a boy and a girl, they would let the boy leave
and kill the girl.
But how do they?
Okay,
like
I
quick one. Like I remember thinking to myself that if I've never wanted to have an odd number of children. That's just something sick in my mind. So I say to myself, now I have 2 children. If I'm to think of getting pregnant the 3rd time, they have to be twins because I cannot fathom getting pregnant 2 more times. Like, who does that to themselves? So just wondering, have you guys ever had any considerations of having multiples or having twins or having in your lives?
I think desire, yes.
idea.
Consideration means, I have the means, I can just walk into a hospital and say, just put the twins in there, which people are doing now.
Yes.
So I think for me, desire, yes, because you get pregnant once and you have 2 children. But I've interacted with moms who have more than, who give birth to twins or triplets. And my God, the care, the money, the work that goes into looking after them. I mean, I feel exhausted with my one child.
How about 3?
And they fall sick at the same time.
No,
That is true.
So I'm on the fence. I'm like, some days I want, some days no.
Yeah.
Growing up, I wanted to have twins.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, because I grew up with I've got so many Nalongo, Salongo, Nabarongo, Shabarongo.
Yes, you say in your family you have
we've got lots of them. So growing up, I really did think that, not that I thought about it, but when I started having kids, I was like, it would be a brilliant idea. Yeah. But I have been pregnant with twins 3 times. So, and every single time I kept yes. Yeah, so I've gotten to that point whereby I know if I do have, I will. Yeah. And it's best not to.
It's best not to desire.
Down that road.
No. I'm like over on the complete opposite side. Yeah. I've always prayed, even when I went for the first scan, let it just be the one. Like, I can't. For me, it's always been too much work. Yeah. That's all I think.
That's
even before
work.
You
yes,
had them.
I didn't even want to hear. I recognize the fact that they're cool.
Yeah.
But to cool of, let's go and visit you at your home. And then let's go away. Not for me to be there in the night. I didn't really want to crack my head around what it is, what they are doing, already you're thrown into this one child problem. Okay, but maybe I could consider if after experience. But imagine the first pregnancy.
I know.
First time mom.
I know.
And they throw you triplets.
That would be too much. Who's still going to be giving birth? Do you close? Do you considering him? What would you do if now you have you ever thought, oh my gosh, it would be so nice if I could, when the time is right and I'm ready to get pregnant and I want twins. Is that what you think of? Madam, you already have 3. Just for saying, I'm just laying it down there.
Yeah. For me, I'm just thinking, if it was maybe a second, when you have your friends around you and they're saying, I have 3, I'm almost done, and then you get pregnant with twins, and that's an equalizer. Who was pausing? Who was there pausing? So, when you think about the work.
Beyond the work, just carrying these babies to term.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
As I call them, because me personally, if you don't have twins naturally, then it's not the real deal.
Now that you've said that, there's so many. I'm glad you've said that because I was going to ask, those days we used to feel like if you wanted to have twins, pray, seek the Lord. What is it? Who said that when you immediately get pregnant, shake yourself so that the eggs can multiply. Or what your man is be upside down so that it reaches about 2 eggs, as in really,
Also
there's so many sorts of interventions. So I was wondering, like, kind of like also what you said. What are the ways that women are now? They're like shortcuts. I ain't doing that. Like, what are the ways? And yet, what's your opinion now that women are actually buying, shopping for twins? Yeah, they call it shopping for twins now. Yeah. And you already started.
Yeah, if you ask me, but that is who I am generally. I love things that are as close to natural as possible. Beat your face, beat your hair, sorry, yes.
Say someone with a wig.
Yes.
Okay.
And even the wig, I try to make sure
It's natural.
So when it comes to twins, and the thing is, I go back to the fact that we're changing so many things in the way they are supposed to be happening naturally. Yeah. So there you are having all these women having twins and the babies are coming out at 7 months, at 6 months.
Yes.
If you are having natural twins, beyond the fact that we're always rushing to the hospital nowadays, my mom, my aunts, they carry their babies to 40 weeks.
Yes.
Really?
Even 42,
Absolutely,
even
yes.
14 years.
Yes.
Without, meaning, because I kept asking my mom and she says, well, the uterus of a woman who carries single children is different from the uterus of one that carries doubles. So if you're naturally a double carrier, you will carry to term.
I see.
You get. But these kujinjidad things.
Usually, most of the time, they don't.
Yeah.
However, I hear them for cases where someone has really been looking for a child.
That's different.
And years have passed and they've been married and struggling and very agitated.
Yes.
I really wouldn't mind them going for that.
No,
Like,
whichever way. I mean, even those who are doing it officially, that's perfectly fine. Just sit in my book. You either have the baby the right way,
Or
but
you want twins.
Angie, eventually it will not matter.
of course.
Yeah, I know. Like no one knows that you were a fake twin. I didn't mean it like that. I didn't mean like if you've, because right now the way IVF works is it kind of stimulates your fertility.
That's right.
And so before you know it, you actually have 2 children, 3 children, even unplanned for.
Yeah.
And that's why I stand with Rosette. Like at that point, don't kill yourself over it.
Exactly.
True. Yeah, just allow that that's what has come.
Yeah.
And deal with that. But those of us
Hey, the ones who can
who
still
are willing to go and say, excuse me, sir, if you want a baby, they better be too.
And I also think lately people are really busy, like people with different careers, they're musicians, they don't want to be out of shape, year in, year out. They would rather have their triplets and that's it.
And
They'd rather,
clothes.
and clothes. So
Zambia Hospital has records every month an average of 3 to 4 sets of twins. And this is in Zambia, so mostly it's natural. It's not IVF, it's nothing.
Yes.
And they've attached to, on top of family, so it's a condominium of things.
Yeah.
On top of family history, if you have multiple births in your family, chances are higher that you have twins.
Yes.
But on top of that, it's been recorded that women over the age of 35,
Yes, that's what I wanted to say. Those
it's
who are
an age
older.
issue, So the older you are, and this they say is for 2 main reasons. They say after the age of 35, you start producing more than one.
Come on now, babies after 35.
And then 2, there is that
very true.
FSH hormone that we have that is now there is a significant heightened of it. So probabilities are higher. So you're waiting for 40, it's fine, you know.
But have you seen you people? Have you seen like a little girl of 17 carrying twins? I know.
Family history mostly.
Yes,
Family
that's
history.
one.
You're looking at
But are there things that you can eat naturally that can help?
Wild yams.
Is it?
Wild yams.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Does that
But
make
they,
Who
they help
delivers?
with twins.
They
If
do?
you would like.
Are you
I have
serious?
bread, people. I'm sorry. But
Wow,
bread that
I'd
wild
never
yams
known
will
that
help
before.
stimulate your egg production to produce a bit more.
Wild yams.
Oh wow.
Very true.
Okay.
I
Well,
like
young
that.
can't could
I immediately my 36th birthday. Wild
Wild
yams.
yams.
I don't want any.
You are old age.
The chances of having now
But
now.
you also made a comment. You said that why have twins when
you're
so
old.
late in your life?
I know.
If God made it in such a way that women who are older are the ones who end up having these twins naturally, that
Where are we
means
trying?
there you go.
Correct.
That's to be
Yeah, there's
Yeah,
a reason.
that's what I'm having
There's
there.
a reason.
So
Isn't it?
there you go.
And meanwhile, I'll be happy and they'll buy me another house. Just
But what
being
I
along.
like about
Woo.
the benefits, in this modern setting, is the whole, you know how I've got one child, so I'm stuck even here now. My child's got a play date and a birthday and whatever.
Yeah.
But when you have kids of the same age, you don't have to look for
play
playmates
dates,
over the
yeah.
weekend for your child.
Entertain
And,
yourself.
yeah, they entertain and they grow up together. You know, and you have a best friend.
So feel encouraged.
For I'm sorry. But then on the flip side,
Bad advice.
the risks both with the pregnancy
and
then
after.
thereafter.
Yeah.
I think
When the children
I think one of the biggest risks is there's very high chances of comparison between your children. So you find that, I know we already
Okay.
innately have for whichever ages would be
Still-
thinking this one over this one, but I think for twins it's a bit much because they are 3 months at exactly the same time. They are 2 months at exactly the same time.
Exactly.
One will either walk before or the other after.
Yes.
So you will
true.
constantly
Constantly
be at a
compare.
place of comparison. And then that means you're not, if you favor a certain character over another,
Then it becomes.
then it
you need
becomes,
to be careful.
yes, you have
But
to
then
be.
I'd feel that would be really unfair because by default of the fact that in Buganda it's if it's a girl and a boy, it's Kato and Babidie.
Yeah.
By default,
They're
Babidie
different.
comes first.
Yeah.
The one who comes first is usually the stronger child by
Yes.
default. So
I
if
don't
you're
know
going
why.
to
Yes.
judge, maybe what you should be wondering is if the reverse happens when they're out. But if you have Kato and Babidie being the older child, she's most likely Okato and Waswa. And the
always,
firstborn, the one who comes out first, usually has an
I think,
advantage.
I
and
think that's
leverage over
that's
the other
the
child.
that's
So now
that's
you
the
judge
actual
why.
no I think that's the actual problem that now we are having because they've been in the womb at the taking
But
in
one's
the
always
same
fighting.
nutrients.
There's always one.
There's
No, they don't.
always-
take in the
I
same thing.
agree, I agree.
They don't.
I-
The stronger, more aggressive child takes
is even
mostly.
slightly bigger.
Yes, always when they come out, and when they come out, they come out
Yeah.
fast because they're stronger.
Yes.
They're like
Yeah, like they're the ones
I
pushing
wanted
to come out
I wanted
first.
to shine a light on what Angie said earlier. So the risk of having premature births, I think now more than ever.
Yeah.
But the second thing for me, and which I think we tend to forget as women, is that the people who are supposed to be providing for these children, some of them run away.
I
What's her
know.
name? The chick-
Mariam Nabatanzi.
Yes.
Her husband ran away
Yeah.
after some set of quadruplets.
I have a friend
Yeah.
whose
It was
wife
too
has had
much,
two
you
sets
know?
of
So the
twins.
financial
Yeah, the
aspect.
financial
Yeah, he has had 2 sets of twins. His wife has had 2 sets of twins. So Manuel Anze, I stopped sleeping with my wife. Nze mutia, because for her,
Look at her.
I'm like, it's okay. Kubanga, when we do it, as she gets pregnant, I'm screwed. Sets of
But
twins.
why don't they tie her tubes or let him get a vasectomy?
Baby girl, please. We are here in Uganda.
But you know sometimes
no more
it's-
people. No more people.
Sometimes I know
We-
that
we need to think that. You
vasectomy,
see the thing
guys,
is, I
it's
keep saying,
hard.
we pick up these ideas from the Western world and then transplant them into our world and they become an issue.
Yeah.
So there
Yes.
you are going for IVF.
No, this is not
No, I'm
IVF.
just
This is
saying,
not.
those
Okay.
that go for IVF.
Yeah.
You're going for IVF,
Yes.
but then you haven't taken into consideration things like healthcare, you know, that is not readily
Yeah.
available to us. Then after that, you have a situation whereby the person who could get a vasectomy is unwilling to get
to
it.
do it. And
Hey.
yet he's the fearful
And
one.
the thing is,
Yeah,
The one who
yes,
doesn't want more children.
Because-
But yet he also wants
Yet he's
child.
very good.
and you're right. Sometimes it's not just the ladies; it's the guy. I know a guy who has had sets of twins with 2 different women. So,
But is he there happy with his twins? All of
He's
them?
Why are you finding out, Pumla? I thought
she was a super
I
salon.
want to know his state of mind.
So at that place, who's the wife? They are both like
Hey,
elevated.
they have
Now
both
they're
been
both
built for.
elevated.
Yeah, they are both
Yes.
elevated.
Oh, I see. Okay. Well, yeah, the topic of twins, triplets is inexhaustive. We can go on and on. We all have friends in our families, our own siblings who have triplets or more than just one child, and they look really sweet together when you see the twins there, you know, playing together.
Baby twinning.
So next time on Bump Lab, we are going to talk to a lady, a mother, who had a set of quadruplets on her third pregnancy.
Oh my.
4 children after 2. Those are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Come on now.
I don't even know where to start. But next time on Bumplab, we have her and she'll tell us what the whole experience is like about having 4 children at one go. See you next time on Bumplab.
Oh my God.